Welcome to The Source, where we combine the headlines with in-depth conversations with the newsmakers themselves. I'm Pinky Webb. Today on the program, preparations are now in full swing as President Bongbong Marcos makes his first State of the Nation address. What to expect at the Batasang Pambansa and the security measures in place. House Secretary General Mark Mendoza and PNP Director for Operations Major General Valeriano de Leon join us live. President Bongbong Marcos retains the COVID-19 alert levels for now. Malacanang says the president is looking to decoupling the restrictions from the alert levels by the second week of August. The palace adds that restrictions could eventually be reclassified to be compatible with the current milder coronavirus strains. The development comes after President Marcos met with Health Department Officer in Charge Maria Rosario Vergere and other health officials yesterday. It's all systems go for President Marcos's first State of the Nation address next week. Over 1,300 people are expected to attend the sauna on Monday, July 25th at the Batasang Pambansa. Let's go straight to the source of the story. First off, we have House Secretary General Mark Leandro Mendoza. Sec Gen, welcome to the source. It's good to finally have you.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am Pinky, and to all your viewers.
We're looking at 6 days before the State of the Nation address of President Bongbong Marcos. Tell us more about the preparations at the Batasang Pambansa. Sir, I heard that now, beginning today, Tuesday, it will be on partial lockdown?
Yes, ma'am. That's right po. Starting today po, we're going to implement a partial lockdown to prepare for the sauna. Security preparations we need starting today. By Thursday, we'll be full lockdown already. Limited na po yung access po ng mga pumapasok sa Batasan.
So because today po, umpisa na ng partial lockdown, sino lang po ang papayagang makapasok?
Well, limited essential personnel will be allowed inside the Batasan complex, ma'am. Lalo po sa mga offices po ng mga members po natin. So may mga counting preparations po sila na ginagawa sa rooms po nila. Pero by Thursday, full lockdown na po kami.
What's the reason for the partial lockdown today?
For security preparations po, ma'am, and also po preparations po namin sa buildings and sa grounds po namin.
And then as you mentioned, on Thursday, it will be on full lockdown. Just siguro, sir, pagdating ng Thursday, sino lang ang papayagan sa loob ng Batasang Pambansa?
More on yung security personnel lang namin at saka yung essential personnel po na kailangan po sa house. Kagaya po ng sa engineering, sa security, and sa sa office of the Secretary General. Yun lang po yung alaw po na.
Sec Gen, is there an area that is being renovated at the moment?
Right now, ma'am, may mga buildings po tayo and offices pa na renovate po. So, tigil po muna sila. Kaya isa po yun sa dahilan po. At the same time po, yung plenary hall po, inayos din po namin kasi nirenovate din po, ma'am, yung plenary hall po namin.
Yeah.
Para matapos din po namin na by Thursday.
And just, of course, for the benefit of our viewers, the plenary hall, dyan po magaganap yung State of the Nation address ni Pangulo.
Yes, ma'am. As you can see naman po sa video, ma'am, medyo masikip po before yung plenary hall po natin. Yeah, ngayon po, medyo malawag na po siya.
Yeah. So, what's going to happen this time, the State of the Nation address, the first one of President Bongbong Marcos, is that it's going to be full face-to-face. Last year, during the last State of the Nation address of President Rodrigo Duterte, it was still hybrid. So, medyo malayo-layo pa po yung mga nag-attend nung SONA. Pero ngayon po, papaano ho? I understand there are over 1,000 people who have been invited. Papaano ho sila, paano ang physical distancing at the plenary hall?
Yes, ma'am. Tama po kayo. Around 1,300 guests was invited po. We made meron pong we'll be requiring a negative RT-PCR result po within 48 hours before the SONA po, ma'am. Sa lahat po ng papasok sa plenary hall po.
And then this is something how does the procedure go? Is something they need to submit before your office prior to the attendance
Yeah.
on Monday?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. They have to present. May processing area po kami, ma'am. They have to present po yung negative RT-PCR nila. At the same time, yun pong vaccination card po nila. At the same time, yun pong copy po ng invitation nila. Doon po sa isang building po namin, yun po yung processing area. Then once they're clear po, they can enter na po the plenary hall.
Which area yung sinasabi yung processing building?
Sa South Wing Annex po namin, isang building po namin. Doon po ipaprocess po lahat ng guest po na papasok sa...
So they process it in the South Wing and then from there on they go where, sir?
Sa plenary hall na po, ma'am. After their process po, we will bring them to the sa plenary hall na po.
So what happens to the plenary hall itself where you have the senators, you have the congressmen, you have members of the cabinet of the president, and of course, members of the diplomatic corps. Ano ho makikita natin sa plenary hall? Magkakaroon ho ba ng physical distancing?
As of the moment, ma'am, medyo maluwag naman po. Hindi naman ho ganun kadikit-dikit. May space pa naman po siya, ma'am. Pero the same time po, na-observe naman po natin yun pong, kaya po nahigpit po tayo sa negative RT-PCR result po nila. So far, yun po yung yun po yung gagawin po not unless na mag-require po ng antigen testing on the day itself.
But you're not yet sure about that, of the antigen testing on the day itself?
Yes, ma'am. Pero so far, yung negative RT-PCR result will be sufficient enough.
For now. Among the 1,300 invited, Sec Gen, how many have confirmed so far?
So far, ma'am, we sent out invites. We started last weekend. So far, around mga 70-80% na po yung nag-confirm sa amin. We just follow up within the week.
And any reminder to the guests what to bring and not to bring?
Yes, ma'am. Yun naman po, yung negative RT-PCR result lang po nila. At the same time, you have to come early because medyo you have to be seated by around 2 o'clock already na po. We'll start the program around 4 o'clock. Guests should be seated at around 2 o'clock na po. So mga around 12 noon, sarado na po namin yung session hall by that time.
Can you repeat that, sir? 12 noon, sara na po ang plenary hall?
Yes, ma'am. We will limit na po kasi they have to be seated by 2 o'clock na po, the guest po. We will not allow anyone to enter the session hall na po by 12 noon po.
Okay. We just need to take a very short break. This is The Source on CNN Philippines. Please stay tuned. You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. I'm Pinky Webb. Our source today, House Secretary General Mark Leandro Mendoza. Section, any policy or directions or directives or suggestions from the Marcos camp for the July 25 SONA?
Well, so far, ma'am, they advise us to make it simple. The President wants the SONA to be simple and para makapag-prepare po siya ng message po sa general public. So far, ma'am, yun lang po. Gusto lang po ni Presidente na maging simple lang po yung pong SONA po.
And do you have any idea, nasabi na ho ba sa inyo, posible kung gaano katagal yung kanyang magiging speech?
Actually, ma'am, wala pa po kong idea kung gaano po katagal yung magiging speech po ni Pangulong Marcos po.
And then, of course, it's the usual practice, no, Sec Gen, that we will see as in the past SONAs with President Marcos. Will he be arriving through a helicopter, through a chopper?
Well, it depends, ma'am, on It will depend on the weather po. Pwede po siya mag-chopper kung masama pong panahon. Baka magbaylan po si Presidente.
Pero
that's the practice po before.
That's right, sir. Of course, especially now, medyo hindi masyadong maano yung panahon, ano. may pagka-unpredictable po siya. But we're going to see, is there anything different from the past SONAs that we've seen this time around?
So for ma'am, depends sa kung ano pong ni Presidente. We will know by within the week, ma'am, kung anong pong gusto pong ipagawa pa po ng team po niya from the Malacanang po.
But
So far, we just have prepared the plenary hall, the house for them.
and it's as I mentioned in the past, as I mentioned, katulad po na nangyari sa in the past, dadating po siya, sasalubungin ng AFP Chief of Staff, tapos after that, after the honor guard, sasalubungin din po siya ng Senate President and House Speaker, then they'll go to the holding room, and then after that, ay dediretso sa plenary hall.
Yes po. Same procedure din po, ma'am. Same process.
Well, all right. Let's see. Siguro, sir, we'll get more updates as the SONA approaches. As mentioned a while ago, there's about 6 more days till the first State of the Nation address of President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. House Secretary General Mark Leandro Mendoza, maraming salamat po sa inyong oras, sir.
Thank you po, ma'am, and take care po. Good morning po.
Take care also. We will be taking a very short break. This is The Source on CNN Philippines. Please stay tuned. You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. I'm Pinky Webb. Let's go to our second source for today, Bayan Secretary General Renato Reyes. Sir, good morning to you and also welcome back to the program.
Hi, good morning, Pinky and our listeners.
Okay, so first of all, tuloy ho ba ang protesta ng bayan sa July 25?
Yep, definitely. The protest will continue. It's an annual activity, so tiyak po yung may magaganap na pagkilos. Ito po yung counter-SONA o yung true state of the nation sa punto de vista naman po ng mga ordinaryong mamamayan. We believe it has to be heard, it has to be given space, and it is consistent with our constitutional rights to peaceably assemble. So, hindi dapat ho pinipigilan at sinusupil at dapat ho pinakikinggan ng pamahalaan yung counter-SONA ng mamamayan.
Yun pong rally, saan ho ba magaganap and have you filed a permit?
Yeah, we filed an application. Yeah, we already applied for a rally permit along Batasang Road for the reason that there was already precedent that a peaceful rally at Batasang Road can be held in 2016 and in 2017. You can remember the protest was held, the rally was held along Batasang Road. So wala naman kami nakikitang dahilan, wala naman hong threat na nililikha itong pagkilos ito. It's an overkill to be deploying more than 21,000 security personnel for the SONA. For what? No? It's a huge waste of public funds. So hindi dapat ho mangamba yung publiko at hindi naman ho dapat paalisin sa dapat na kalagyan yung mga nagpo-protesta. So we're just waiting for the approval or denial of the Quezon City LGU.
Yeah, you mentioned that, you have to wait for the approval or denial of the Quezon City government because this is not up to, for example, the PNP to allow you, hindi ho ba, na magprotesta. Ang kailangan mag-apply kayo sa LGU. Kung binigyan po kayo ng application, positive po yung response, you will be able to hold the protest.
Well, that is correct. No, under the law, it is the LGU, not the PNP, which approves the permit. Kaya lang po, the LGU also defers oftentimes to what the PNP will recommend. So, dyan po tayo nagkakaroon ng problema. Sometimes it becomes futile to apply for a permit kasi ang masusunod yung sinasabi ng PNP, which is of course against what the law states. No? Kaya nakaabang po tayo. And tuloy-tuloy naman po, magkakaroon ho ng mga pag-uusap. In the coming days, we will know ano yung aabutin ng mga pag-uusap na yan. But as far as we're concerned, we already applied for a rally permit along Batasang Road. Yan po ay may precedent, which is not the first time. Kaya dapat ho payagan, hindi dapat ho i-deny.
Sir, itong sabihin po natin, kung ma-deny yung inyong application to rally sa Batasang Road, what is the alternative?
Well, una po, we will have to examine the basis of the denial. Tama ba yung kanilang ginawang batayan sa pagde-deny ng permit. Kasi sa batas po, it has to be clear and present danger to public health and public safety. Hindi po pwedeng ang basis ng denial nila is a mere intelligence report sa mga chismis. Pangalawa po, hahanap po tayo ng lugar, no, na pwedeng pagdausan. Hindi naman po tayo papayag na totally wala at hindi po tayo papayag na sa Quezon Memorial Circle. Kasi I think that's what they're suggesting right now. Doon na lang sa Quezon Memorial Circle. Sober naman po yun. No? We have years of precedent na hindi po sa Quezon Memorial Circle at in fact never po, mula po nung naging aktivista ako sa UP, never po nagkaroon ng SONA sa Quezon Memorial Circle. So that's totally out of the question.
Never, ha?
Nope. Sa pagkakalam ko po, since nasa UP po ako.
Opo. Okay. Here's the thing. The police is also urging the protesters. Ang sabi po, mas mabuti makinig na lang sa sasabihin ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. This is coming from General Val de Leon. Sabi niya, because this is where the president will outline his program. So, I quote, he says, so hopefully people will not hold rallies anymore. What do you say to that?
Well, that's strange to be even suggesting that. Of course, we will listen to what the president will have to say. Everybody will have to listen to what the president will have to say on SONA, since he hasn't outlined any program as 2 weeks into his term, no? But it doesn't mean that we cannot also raise our concerns and issues before government. Hindi naman po dapat nga sabihin na makinig na lang tayo tapos hindi tayo pwedeng bumatikos, magmungkahi, hindi po ba din tayo pwedeng magsabi na ito ang mga kahilingan natin, ito ang mga hinaing namin. Ito po ay alinsunod naman sa tinatakda ng demokrasya na dapat mapakinggan din ang mamamayan, hindi lang mapakinggan yung nasa poder at mapakinggan yung nasa gobyerno. Pakinggan din ho nila yung mga ordinaryong tao. Yan naman po.
Okay, so we'll wait and see, sir, kung mabibigay yung inyong permit to be able to protest dyan po sa Batasan Road.
Yep, we are in touch with both the Quezon City LGU, the GMP, and for constitutional rights, so we respect. And we'll be able to tackle the most pressing issues, lalong-lalo na po sa ekonomiya. Yan po yung mabigat na issue na gagawin natin sa Monday.
But very quickly, has there been talks between the protesters and the police?
Mangyayari pa lang po. No? We're expecting the talks to happen today.
Today?
Let's see what should be. Basta as far as we're concerned, we already applied. Meron tayong just basis, just cause, and hopefully we look forward to a peaceful SONA protest on Monday.
Bayan Secretary General Renato Reyes. Sir, thank you so much also for your time. And we will be taking another short break. This is The Source on CNN Philippines. Please stay tuned. You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. I'm Pinky Webb. Our source today, NCRPO spokesperson, Police Lieutenant Colonel Jenny Tecson. Ma'am, thank you also for your time. Welcome to The Source.
Yes, ma'am. Pinky, good morning po sa inyo at sa ngalan nga po ng ating butihing Regional Director ng NCRPO. Walang iba kundi si Police Major General Felipe Natividad at ng Team NCRPO ay malugod po kayong binabati, ma'am, na magandang umaga. Ganun din po sa ating mga kababayan at mga kasamaan po dyan sa inyong simpilan po.
Pag-usapan po natin yung paghahanda sa kauna-unahang State of the Nation address ni Pangulong Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. How are the preparations so far, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, ma'am, nagkaroon na po, ma'am, tayo ng mga coordination meeting. Maliban po yung ating meeting na purely PNP units po. Noong nakaraang Friday, nagkaroon po tayo ng first inter-agency coordinating meeting sa ating Hinirang Hall sa Bagong Diwa, Taguig City, na kung saan ito po ay dinaluhan po ng mga representative coming from the Armed Forces of the Philippines, local government unit, Metro Manila Development Authority, Philippine Coast Guard, ang ating JTF-NCR, Bureau of Fire, BJMP at mga iba pang pong ehensya na sila po yung magiging kasama po natin or katuwang po natin dito upang maisagawa po ng maayos at matiwasay ito nga pong first SONA ng ating Pangulo. At masabi po natin na ready na po ang PNP, although may mga serye pa pong meeting na ating gagawin para po mas makita po natin kung may mga dapat pa pong plantyahin na mga security preparations po natin dito. At yun nga po, Actually, sa ngayon, ma'am, ay kasalukuyan po yung ating coordination meeting din po.
Opo. And gaano ho ba kadami yung magiging security forces? Aabot ho ba talaga ng 21,000?
Yes, actually, ma'am, yung 21,000, or actually 21,853, ma'am, yan po ay yung kabuuan na po na deployment po natin dito po sa NCR po. Hindi lang po siya nakafocus actually yan, ma'am, sa ating Batasan Complex, kundi kasama na po yan, ma'am, yung ating mga standby forces at saka yung ating mga anti-criminality operations po na mga personnel na magkakandak na anti-criminality operation at saka yung ating mga personnel din, ma'am, na naka-deploy po dun sa ating mga 34 border control points, yung mga manggagaling po sa boundary ng Region 3 and Region 4 po.
Okay, you were talking about border controls. Kasama po yan. Kaya
Yes, ma'am. Opo, actually, ma'am, kasama na rin ng kahit yung mga inspecting team natin na ma-deploy po, ma'am. So, hindi lang po siya talaga, ma'am, na talagang nakafocus ito sa ating Batasan Complex. At itong 21,000 plus, ma'am, ay kasama na rin po natin dito ang mga iba't ibang security forces coming from the PNP, other PNP support units at ang ating allied agencies po.
kasama rin dyan, syempre, yung reinforcement also from the LGUs. As you mentioned a while ago, the Philippine Coast Guard, gayon din ang MMDA. Ma'am, meron na hubang pag-uusap kasama ang mga protesters, yung plano pong magprotesta sa SONA?
Actually, ma'am, inatasan na rin po ng ating officer in charge, at ang ating regional director, ang ating QCPD at iba pang mga commanders on the ground to talk to the mga leaders po ng ating mga kababayan, ma'am, na talagang nagbabalak po na magkilos protesta. At yan naman po ay talagang gagawin naman po, and I'm sure, ma'am, na mayroon na silang pakikipag-ugnayan para nga po ma-discuss, ma'am, kung ma-meet halfway kung hanggang saan po ba talaga yung gaganatin or kung saan lang po sila pwedeng mag-stay po kung talagang sila po ay magkakaroon ng
Pero nagkaroon na ho ba ng meeting? Sabi po ni Renato Reyes ng Bayan, magkakaroon daw ng meeting ngayong araw.
Hopefully, ma'am, siguro, ma'am, ma'am, dito sa amin, baka yan, ma'am, yung isusunod nila kasi yan naman po yung instruction, ma'am, ng ating pamunuan na to meet with them para nga po ma-discuss, ma'am, kung ano po ba yung dapat na gawin para at least, ma'am, magkaroon sila ng pag-uusap kung hanggang saan lang po tayo yung ating mga kababayan na magkakaroon po ng assembleya or pagtitipon-tipon po.
Ang NCRPO ho ba is discouraging the protesters to hold rallies?
Actually, ma'am, sinasabi naman po ng ating regional director na ang ating mga magpikilos protesta, or they're not barred from airing their grievances or yung mga kanilang mga saloobin, basta gawin lang po ito, ma'am, sa mga lugar na naayon like Freedom Parks, ma'am, at wala na po tayong pag-uusapan doon. There's no reason for the PNP to disperse them kung dun sa mga lugar, ma'am, na nakategoryang as Freedom Park, and hindi naman po kailangan yun, ma'am, ng permit to conduct rally.
Ano ho ba ang pinakamalapit na Freedom Park sa Batasang Complex?
Ang alam ko, ma'am, sa akin lang to, ma'am, ang alam ko so far, ma'am, na malapit dito is yung ating Quezon City Memorial Circle. Yun yung so far na alam ko, ma'am, na pinakamalapit na Freedom Park dito sa ating Batasan.
Medyo malayo po ata yun sa Batasan Complex.
I'll check it out, ma'am. Pero based po sa aking ito, ma'am, sa aking ano lang, ma'am, yun yung nakita ko kasi, ma'am, na malipit naman. Unless, ma'am, kung mayroon silang permit to conduct, yes, ma'am, coming from the
LGU.
From the LGU. Kung saan po, ma'am, and siguro, ma'am, that's already beyond our control from the PNP dahil kami lang naman, ma'am, ay kung sakaling mayroong magkakandak, we are there just to provide security and maintenance ng peace and order, ma'am.
Has there been any reports on possible security threats, ma'am?
So far, sa ngayon, ma'am, wala naman tayong na-monitor, ma'am, pero continuous naman po yung ating pakikipag-ugnayan sa ating mga counterparts at hindi naman natin tinitake lightly kung ano man po yung mga na kukuha nating impormasyon, ma'am, kasi siyempre po dapat magputin tayong mga ampante, dapat yung security pa rin natin, ma'am, is dapat yung seguridad ng nakakaraming ating tignan, hindi lang po yung sa ating presidente, pati rin po yung kanyang pamilya at saka yung iba pa pong dadalo doon sa mga programa at ganun din po, ma'am, doon sa mga kababayan natin na nasa kalsada.
Maraming salamat po sa inyo, NCRPO spokesperson, Police Lieutenant Colonel Jenny Tecson. And thank you for joining us here on The Source. I'm Pinky Webb. You're watching CNN Philippines.